Hi everyone, so the summer season is finally upon us. The camping, the grilling, the summer fun. I can't believe it's finally here. It's been such a long winter, but I'm so excited that I have the opportunity to show you two of the newest outdoor products from EcoFlow. We got the Glacier Classic right here. This is a portable refrigerator freezer. And then this is the Wave 3. This is a portable air conditioner, heater / dehumidifier. The advancements of this over the Wave 2 are really significant. So let's dive into these newly designed offerings, and hopefully I can help you make an informed decision if you decide to get either of these. And if you decide that you're already ready to buy one or both of them, I do have discount links just for my viewers in the video description below, as well as the comments. So first of all, the one that I'm most excited about and the one that my family is going to use on a regular basis is this, the Glacier Classic. This is a portable cooler and / freezer that can be powered in multiple ways. And it's one of my favorite tech products of all time. Is it technically a tech product? Not really, but you can control it with the app, with the EcoFlow app on your mobile device. So yeah, it's kind of a tech product. But anyway, no more spending money on ice only to have it melted by the end of the day. You just have cold food and drinks wherever you need. Now it comes in 3 different sizes. I have the 35 liter right here. There's also a 45 liter and a 55 liter. The temperature on these can be adjusted from -4 all the way up to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So that means you can use it as a freezer or a refrigerator. The cover can be opened from either side. This is very nice, you guys. And I don't think you realize how nice it is. It's such a simple design, but what I picture this as being useful for, sitting at the campfire, you got the cooler between you and your buddy, and he's like, hey, hand me a beverage. And you're like, no, get your own beverage. So because he can reach it from his side, you can reach it from your side. But also, like, when you keep it in the vehicle, the kids don't have to argue. They can just open it from wherever they're seated. Like, it's such a simple design, but a really nice feature. Now, you can get an optional 298 watt-hour battery pack. Yes, of course, you can power this with AC, and you don't have to get that battery pack. But I recommend that you get this thing, you guys. This is a 298 watt-hour battery pack. It's a power bank, too. It's got a USB-C, so it's bi-directional. You can use this to charge your mobile devices, but just for a few extra dollars, you guys, this is going to be the ultimate portable cooler. And if you use this battery pack, this thing can stay powered for up to 43 hours on eco mode. Now, I haven't tested that out yet. That's pretty impressive. It actually can hold power for 43 hours, but I've only used this thing in max mode. Yesterday, it ran for 6 hours on max. I still had plenty of battery left. It kept everything inside cold. So my opinion, the battery pack is a must, because that is the best thing about this thing. It's more versatile, it's more portable, so it's great. Put it in the campground, put it in the baseball field, put it next to your hot tub or whatever. Now, the 35 liter here, you guys, it can hold up to 58 12-ounce cans. The 45 liter can hold 72, and the 55 liter can hold 90 cans. I'm gonna put the dimensions and the weight of each of them up on the screen here. I do prefer this one, the 35 liter, simply because it's more manageable. When it's full of things, like one person can carry this. When it's full of stuff, the bigger ones, yeah, you can still carry them, but it's going to be a lot more work. Thankfully, these handles that they have on here, they're very beefy, very well built, well designed. They can handle up to 210 pounds. When it comes to powering the Glacier Classic, like I said, you can plug it into AC, run it indefinitely. You can also get this portable battery, this battery pack. Now you can plug it in to charge that battery at 95 watts. If you plug it into AC, you can use solar charging, and that charges at 100 watts. You can also charge it with the EcoFlow alternator adapter. You can charge it with one of the EcoFlow portable power stations. So many different ways. This is so flexible, you guys, on how you can use it, how you can charge it. The old version of this had like an ice maker on top of it, which was kind of a fun idea at first, but it ended up being kind of gimmicky. And I think most people are like, you know what, I'd rather have the space. So EcoFlow listened to the consumer. They got rid of the ice maker, and they gave us more space. My 35 liter unit here can be one or the other, freezer or refrigerator. It's only got one compartment. The bigger versions, the 45 and the 55 version, it has a divider that stores up in the cover here. And then you pop that divider in, you slide it in, and it divides it into 2 different sections. So you can have a freezer on one side, a refrigerator on the other side, and there can be a 39-degree difference between those 2 compartments. So if you're looking for a freezer refrigerator combo, get the 45 or the 55. But if you just want the cooler, or maybe once in a while want to use it as a freezer, let's say you go grocery shopping and you want to keep your ice cream frozen, put this in the back of your vehicle, keep your ice cream in here. That'll keep it frozen for the ride home. So yeah, it's It's really a great design, you guys. The LED instrument panel is okay, all right? This is one little negative that I have about this thing. I wish it was brighter, because when you're in direct sunlight, it's kind of difficult to read the numbers on here. That being said, use the EcoFlow app. Like, I use the EcoFlow app anyway, but because you can control the temperature, you can check the battery life, you can see how fast it's charging with that app. Really, really great app. But if you want to use the controls, they're very simple. It has a power button, it has a mode button. So you got eco mode or max mode, and then it's got temperature control buttons. So that's about it. So the Glacier Classic not only looks better than the previous version, it performs better. And if you're tired of constantly buying ice when you're at the campground, get it. You know, with these tariffs, the price of ice is just going to keep going up. So so consider getting one of these. I'm just kidding. Ice is not going to go up because of the tariffs. But hey, you never know these days, right? But the Glacier Classic, it's the way to go if you want to keep your stuff cool and not have to worry about messy ice. All right, let's talk about the Wave 3 next. Out of all of the EcoFlow advancements over the years, I've been involved with them for over 4 years now. This is one of the most impressive things. This is a portable air conditioner, heater, and dehumidifier. Now, I know many of you are considering this for your tent camping, but just know that this isn't something you're going to lug up the mountain. This is for tent campers that have their vehicle parked right next to them. Now, that being said, it really does make tent camping more tolerable on those weekends with hot days and cold nights. So there's two different ways you can use the Wave 3. You can put it on the outside of your living quarters or on the inside of your living quarters. Most of the time you're going to want it on the inside, number one, because of weather. You never know if it's going to rain or you're going to get a lot of moisture on there. This is not waterproof. And then the other thing is theft. Like, you don't want somebody coming in the middle of the night and taking your Wave 3. So my opinion, it should be kept inside, but I'll show you how to hook it up both ways. So first thing we're going to do, we're just going to show you how to run the ducting when you're going to keep it outside. All right, check this out, 91 degrees, perfect day to test this out. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to take off that panel. This is the coil protector. You take that off and you put on the large adapter, okay, right here on the back. And then you take the smaller adapter and you put it on the output. Your output's where the cold air is going to come out of. This is your recirculation, okay, and it's going to blow the hot air out the top here. So you want to put your ducting on the adapter, just like so. And you're going to run it inside. I'm going to turn it here a little bit. And you're going to run your return. Same thing. Just like that. Then you're going to zip it up. Try to keep it as tight as you can. Not only is it 91 degrees, it's 50-mile-an-hour wind. I picked a great day to make this video. So in conditions like this, it's going to be even harder to keep the inside of a tent cool. But this is just for demonstration purposes. Go ahead and turn it on. All right, and we have it set to, I'll bring it up on the phone here. Now it's 91 outside. I'm assuming it's hotter inside. I'm not going to check it, but I'm just going to throw this in there. And we're going to run this for a while and see what the temperature comes out to be. Okay, so right now on the screen you can see I have it set to auto, so I can choose that range that I want it to be. So between 73 and 80 degrees, and you can change that. You can make it wider or narrower or whatever, but I'm going to switch it to cool. So we're going to tap on auto, we're going to switch cool, right? And then we're going to switch it to max. And I'm just going to put target temperature 60. I'm going to leave it at 60. I'm just going to let it run for as long as it can. And right now we got a 98% battery. It says on the screen here 2.7 hours running at this capacity. So let's go ahead and run it for a few minutes and let's see what the temperature ends up being inside of the tent. Like I said, this wind is not going to help, but let's see if it helps at all today. Okay, so I came in late in the tent here because it actually is cool. I just laid my head right in front of the output here, but that feels really good. Like, honestly, even if it doesn't cool the entire interior of your tent, you could put this thing right next to your sleeping bag and keep you cool all night. So you can even shove it in your sleeping bag if you wanted to. But we're about 10 minutes in here, and looks like we went down about 3 degrees. Man, it is windy. So about 3 degrees in 10 minutes, so not too bad. I think if I left it in here for another 20 minutes, it might be down to 80, you know, if we're lucky. Again, this is a very aerated tent. This is not like a canvas tent. This is just a cheap tent to keep the bugs away. So, but anyway, let's really quick, let me show you how you would set it up if you were to put it on the inside of the tent. Okay, so now I have the Wave 3 set up inside of the tent. Forgot to put on my coil guard here, but normally you would put that back on there. And then you just attach the ducting, the smaller ducting, to the output. So this heat is going outside of the tent, and then cool air is coming out of here. So I have it turned on to, I have it set to 60, okay? I have it set on max. I actually didn't have it set to max when I had it outside. I just had it set to regular. So, you know, set it to max. It looks like we're gonna get about 2 hours of run time running it like it is right now. One of the other benefits of having it inside, you can see your ambient temperature right here on the screen. Now, I don't know how accurate this is, but most of the time you're not gonna have a thermometer with you. So if you have this inside, you can actually see, you know, what kind of temperature you're having inside the tent. Now you can switch this to show the output temperature. You just hold down the mode button, and that's gonna switch to, okay, this is the temperature of the air that is coming out of here right now. So it's coming out at 56 degrees, okay? So that's pretty nice. I really do like this LED screen. It's definitely nice and bright. You're getting enough information here, everything that you need to know. So yeah, I think this is the way to do it. Yes, it does take up room in your tent, but honestly, I think the number one thing, you don't want somebody stealing this from you. And if you have it inside your tent, that's not gonna happen. So right now we're at 86. I'm just gonna stay in here for a little bit and see what this drops down to and let you guys know. Okay, so it's been 7 minutes. I've just been laying in here. I actually laid right in front of the Wave 3 right here. It felt wonderful. So if you put your sleeping bag here and then position this, it'll blow right on you. Awesome, awesome. 84 degrees. So it dropped a few degrees, right, in 7 minutes. So I think this is the way to go, you guys. I just want to check a couple things. So right now I have it set to max. Okay, so it's blowing maximum fan. It's blowing as cold a temperature as it's going to get. And then if you switch this, you see you've got 2.1 hours remaining. If you switch it, and we'll go to eco mode. There we go. And of course we can still dial this down. I mean, you don't need to have it 70 degrees if it's 90 outside. That's a pretty big difference, but you know, you could set it to 78 or whatever. And it looks like right there, 1.8 hours remaining. This should come up here in just a little bit. Sometimes it takes some time to catch up, but that'll improve your battery life. You know, if you keep it on eco mode, your fan's gonna stay lower, but it looks like the temperature actually went down. So it's blowing colder air right now, set to eco mode. We got the fan speed on 1, and there it went up to 2.3 hours. Okay, so you're gonna improve your battery life by going to eco mode. You're just not gonna get this, you know, high volume air blowing. You know, if it's a really still night, this might be enough for you, and you're gonna get, you know, some pretty good cool sleep. You know, at least at the beginning there, it's continuing to go up, 2.9 hours now. So, and I think that'll continue to go up gradually. It takes a while to kind of cycle around to find out, you know, how much battery life is left. But anyway, I'd say keep it in your tent or keep it in your van or wherever you're gonna do it. Yes, it does take room, but I really think it's the way to go. What I think the Wave 3 is great for is the van life folks and the glamping community like myself, who prefer the option of having the luxuries of home, but still be somewhat off-grid. Yes, most of the time we are hooked up, but campgrounds fill up fast and there are usually primitive spots available. Not having AC is the only reason that we don't choose to stay in those spots. Yes, we are fair weather campers, so sue me. But with the Wave 3, we can park this thing anywhere and stay cool at night while we sleep. The Wave 3 has 6,100 BTUs of cooling and 6,800 BTUs of heating. That's a massive improvement over the previous version. Like, it's 1,000 BTUs more on the cooling side, you guys. That's really, really impressive. Add to that the improved battery efficiency, the insulated ducting, the dehumidifier function, and EcoFlow shows why they lead the market in this category. Now, the Wave 3 can be powered in 4 different ways. First, just with AC power. You don't even need a battery. But just like the Glacier Classic, I think the battery combo is the best because most people are buying this to have AC anywhere. If you use the Wave 3 with the newly designed optional 1024 watt-hour LiPo battery, You can charge it with AC at 700 watts. You can charge it with AC and 400 watts of solar combined in about 75 minutes. Okay, so right now I have my 400 watt solar panel plugged in and charging the Wave 3, but at the same time, I'm also charging it with AC from the camper. So with these two things together, if this were all the way down to 0%, it would take only 75 minutes to charge this thing, which is just incredible. Now keep in mind, you know, if you're gonna be carrying around a 400 watt solar panel, these are pretty heavy. But even if you had a little bit of solar, even if you had a smaller one like a 220 or even a 110, just that little bit of boost is gonna shorten your charge time. And if you don't have AC, then of course you can just charge with solar as well. So yeah, pretty cool that you can dual charge it. You can charge it with DC power, like a power station or your vehicle DC port, or you can charge it with EcoFlow's alternator charger when you're on the road in just a couple of hours. Also, if you caught that, yes, this is a LiPo battery, so you are going to get 4,000 cycles out of it before it gets down to that 80% of its original capacity. That's about 10 years if you cycle it every single day. Pretty much this thing is going to last longer than you are. Now the battery has an XT150 port for the battery pack or to power it with an EcoFlow power station. It has the AC port. It's got the XT60 port for solar and DC. And then on the front, it has a USB and a USB-C for charging your devices. This is basically a giant power bank. The display on the Wave 3 has all of the information that you need to know. There are 5 settings, including auto, which will heat or cool depending on the temperature. Now this is really nice for those who are in a tent because as it cools down at night, the Wave 3 will switch to heat so you can stay sleeping comfortably all night long. Then there's the AC, then there's heat, there's fan, and then dehumidify. Now this new dehumidify feature, I believe is the only one of its kind in this category. If I'm wrong, please let me know down in the comments, but I couldn't find any other unit that does that. If you're using the Wave 3 inside, be sure to connect the hose. It has a drain hose that goes into, that plugs into this drain port on the back side, and then run this outside. Otherwise, you're gonna have water everywhere because there will be condensation, especially if you're running this in like July or August. Now, even though the ability of the Wave 3 to quickly make a living space more comfortable is the most talked about feature, I think the redesign of this battery is what really speaks to how EcoFlow continues to innovate. Yes, it does add weight and it costs a little bit more, but it's also very improved over the previous version. So that's the Glacier Classic and the Wave 3, both very impressive improvements and both available right now. There is an early release discount, which ends pretty soon here. I think it ends the end of May of 2025. So don't wait too long if you're on the fence. I recommend doing some more research. Like I said, don't rely on just one single video before you make a purchasing decision because it's a big decision. But if you are ready, there are links in the video description as well as a comment section below. If you use them, you're gonna get an extra 5% off, and that's just for my viewers here on the channel. Thanks again to EcoFlow for sponsoring this video, sending these to me and allowing me to tell you all about their new products. Hey, comment down below. Let's have a little bit of fun, you guys. What is the craziest use case that you can think of using one or both of these products? Let's have a little bit of fun, see what you guys come up with. Hit that thumbs up on your way out. Thanks for watching the entire video, and we'll see you next time.